So it could be the final nail in the coffin today for San Diegans hoping to actually have a vote this November on Soccer City. City Council has called a special session this evening. They'll be voting on whether to override the mayor after he vetoed their decision to strip funding for a special election.
Meanwhile, council members are set to vote Monday next week on adding a special election for the Soccer City plan. But of course, that vote would be dead in the water if the council eliminates funding today.
All right, so we are here to break down the possibilities. This is kind of confusing, but here's political analyst John Dadian here to kind of help us understand what's going on. And for a lot of people, they want to know what needs to happen if Soccer City is going to become a reality in San Diego.
Kind of confusing. You can just call this who's on first. I mean, it really is very convoluted. Yeah. So yeah, what you just described at the intro is very accurate because there's so many moving parts to this. First, they have to decide whether or not to override the mayor's veto. I don't know where the votes are on that. It's going to be that close. But then, even if they don't override it, they can still not put it on for a special election as a mayor requests.
Okay. And we're talking a lot about Soccer City because it's a huge issue what to do with the Qualcomm Stadium site. But as you know, there were other questions that could have been on a special election ballot, and we're talking about the hotel tax hike here. What happens with that in relation to all this?
Well, that's basically dead because of yesterday. But again, as far as getting back to what we were talking about, pure politics, they had in there certain things, and their argument was this helps the homeless, this helps the road repairs, et cetera. Because if they didn't have that in there, the average man and woman on the street would say, nah, you know, convention center, I'm really not that concerned. My biggest concern about the convention center expansion in general is where they want to expand it to. The city doesn't own the land right now. So I think that's a huge hurdle.
And speaking of land, how about the land where Qualcomm sits and what could happen if there is no Soccer City? There's a lot of different ideas. I know San Diego State has its hands in there. What do you think?
I think that started the beginning of the final death knell when San Diego State pulled out their support. In this town, San Diego State really is the king. Probably most of the population went to San Diego State here locally, so that was really tough. So we're going to have to look it over again. But again, Soccer City, because it was done by a petition, it will go on the ballot at one point, sometime, somehow.
Right, and if it goes later, because that was the argument, right, that the mayor was saying their time is of the essence, we have to do it now, we can't wait. If it ends up going on the ballot next year, does it still have a chance?
You know, next year's a lifetime in politics,
right.
So who knows on that. But again, a lot of things will change. The evaluation of the land might change. Other proposals might come up, et cetera. So it'll be a whole different ballgame. But I can tell you right now what's going on as you and I speak this morning. Political consultants are rubbing their hands, plotting strategy, what to do for the next year.
Well, boy, if political consultants can make a living in San Diego, I mean, you know, there's a lot of stuff to sort through in this city.
You think?
John Dadian, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Other groups have expressed interest. We've talked about the Qualcomm site before. If Soccer City doesn't happen, you can check out those plans and any developments on this story, 10news.com.